It is clear, but it is cold here today as EA Sports takes us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the New England Patriots. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Throwing on 1st down is Minshew. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. It's Geis on the counter, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss.
Sometimes that's the danger of putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You could wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And this looks a lot like the last play. Behind the line of scrimmage, he's tackled for the 2nd straight go-around. Great job by this Jacksonville D. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2. Back-to-back running plays putting them in negative territory. What can they do coming up on 3rd and 15? Out of the gun is Minshew. Eluding the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
On the carry.
23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st.
It's a game.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Following the penalty, Michel. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. That's a gain of 6 on the 1st down run. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
2nd and 14. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Minshew, 1st and 10. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the gun, Minshew to throw. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35.
Intercepted.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at the play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Now they'll run it on the toss. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
There's so many things that go into playing the position of linebacker. Some of them are actually subtle. Doing the drill work that you do all the time in practice and carrying it over to the game. Get rid of blockers and get to the ball carrier and knock him down for a loss.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this one's incomplete. Laviska Shenault, the intended target. But now it's 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down. Call it a gain of 5, 4th down now.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And this one is right down the middle. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
At their own 18-yard line.
New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but there's that special one there. I say they go get him.
Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Josh Allen coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. A 40-yard punt, no return, and out will come the offense as they take over.
48-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has, really. They come up here now, first down. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 3-0 after one on EA Sports.
Patriots nothing.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run with Michelle, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
And now the throw taken in by Chark.
The pass.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
On for the field goal. A 52-yard attempt.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll run the screen with Mack. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That goes for a gain of 31. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but, boy, he's playing really well.
And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
34-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
On 2nd down, Michelle. And he's going to take this down close to the 1st as he's brought down at the Patriots 30.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 31.
Now the second down throw on target. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him point.
This is intercepted. Picked off near the 29. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
That's what you call a rookie mistake. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards.
At the 47.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw it. Minshew. Man open. It's Goodwin. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. A kicker fest so far. All points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. They'll run here with Mack. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Marlon Mack, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Patriots are an extra point away from going out in front. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths, running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question, because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And he's taken down inside the 30. 16 yards, a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Here's Minshew. And this is incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds, because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. It'll be Minshew again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Now Minshew. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Marquise Goodwin with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And firing a deep ball for Kmet. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Cole Kmet, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. Taken about 7 yards deep. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that. Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game. I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now,
is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
It's a gain of 17.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run out of the gun with Michel, and he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
Michel on the carry.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And it's Michel once again. And he's going to take this down close to the first as he's brought down at the Patriots' 26. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
A gain of
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. He's got the first down inside the 10. Really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the first down. Well, with him trailing here in the second half, maybe his legs can try to give this offense a spark.
And that's the benefit of having a young quarterback, right? Having a rookie, a guy who will say, hold on a second, I have a little bit of fearlessness to my game. It isn't working as well the other way. Let's see what I can do to help my team this way. And, boy, he did it there.
That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
at the 1.
They'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. And they will run it with Michel. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Sony Michel with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jaguars move back within a couple of the lead. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Pats at the line ready to go. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He's brought down at the
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
brings up 2nd and 9.
Minshew sets to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. It's caught inside the 25.
That's good.
A big play there for New England. And even 40 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Again, Minshew looking to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. K'Lavon Chason in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Tucker McCann on for the field goal. A 47-yard attempt.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Taken in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 32.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Hands it off out of the gun. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
At the 34-yard line. A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. An 8-yard pickup.
Back to throw now on first down. Flush to his right. Connection made with Chenault. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. Back now in Foxborough. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
Another carry.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
36-yard line.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Well, let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game. And all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that taking care of the ball was the key to winning games. They can't believe what they're seeing right now because they spend all this time on it with the fundamentals, taking care of it, tucking it away, and they're not doing it.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Mack off the draw play. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Incomplete.
Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Michelle. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. And he will find his man on the end route, complete.
To number 81.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, they run with Michelle. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 31 yards there and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Jacksonville.
On the ground is Michelle. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it. Here's Michelle. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Sony Michel with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And once again, the Jaguars are back out in front. And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a one-score game in the 4th.
To kick off for Jacksonville.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Now this will make it into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked out officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big pickup of 38. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Intended for Will Fuller.
I have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
In your face. 44's the mic. 44's mic. Check.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
In the end zone.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
A 58-yard attempt.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. We've seen some big kicks in the NFL the last few years, and that one might just rank right up there.
And you know you can hear the crowd react, right? But I was focused in on the sideline and watched them absolutely erupt. I don't know how many of them thought that he was actually going to make that kick, but how about how they felt when the ball went over the post?
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. This drive starts out on the ground with Michelle. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Rookie to rookie on the hookup there, and it's a first down.
First down, Jaguars.
Now a first down carry, it's Michel. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Laviska Shenault, the intended target, and it's 3rd and short. For it, and he will. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
I know a lot of people won't like the draw called in that situation, but every now and then that pops big. In this case, it didn't happen.
Michel, and this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. Sony Michel won't get there. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
44, Mike, 44. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing that.
Throwing on first down is Minshew. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. On first down, this is Geis. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their second-year kicker. 2 for 2 on the afternoon, and a 3rd one winner. And this one is no good. He missed it. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
And that time almost intercepted. That would have changed things here in overtime, but instead 2nd down. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
They begin with Michel on the ground. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
The ball carrier.
Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way, because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
And certainly fatigue on both sides of the football. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
And it's
3rd and 8 situation, a tough spot here in overtime on the opening drive. Now a first throw here in overtime. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. We know there's already a spotlight on this rookie quarterback, an even bigger spotlight here in overtime of this game, a costly pick.
No doubt about that, but here's the key. Game's not over. He may very well get another shot at this thing, so now he's got to go to the sideline, hope his defense picks him up, and be ready to go back out there and maybe make a similar throw, hopefully successfully the next time.
He was looking for his tight end, Devin Asiasi there. That'll bring up second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
the ball carrier.
And that carry probably not so much for yardage, just to get the spot that you want to kick the field goal.
And in a yardage game, there's really kind of gravy. And this just becomes what my old coach used to say. Get into position to be in position. And that's what they want, the right spot for their kicker to line up the field goal.
Minshew throwing on third down. He completes this one to Mack. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
A short gain that doesn't get him the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Okay, so interesting here. A field goal would win this thing, but the kicking team on the sideline, and they're going for it on 4th down. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming.
A 29-yard attempt.
And that is no good. He pulled it just a wee bit wide left. And that changes everything here in OT. So it's his 2nd missed field goal here. That wouldn't have ended the game, but it would have given him a leg up in OT.
And that's got to invigorate this defense. They did their part. Now it's time for their offense to put together a drive and seal the deal.
They'll run on first down. Michel, and he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Again, it's Michel. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it. This is Michel. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11. At the
2nd and 11. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he'll get that to Michel, complete. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
He's out of bounds.
They couldn't get anything going there out of the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but Obviously, the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And the Patriots take over.
5-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Neither team scored yet. Now we go to sudden death. Next points win this game.
How about the tension right now? It is.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Josh Allen able to record his 5th sack of the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. That'll get a little bit back, give him 5 on the run. And they'll be left with a 3rd and 13. Out of the gun is Minshew. That's complete to his speedy wideout Goodwin. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. And look at this. It's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Anxious moments there on the fake, but they do get just enough to pick up the first down. Well, how about this? The very, very rare tie that we just witnessed. Hard to believe.
You don't see it very often. A bonus period of football, yet both teams go home a little bit unsatisfied.